Okay, people, here we are on October 30th, day 16th of the launch of the IC solution, where I finally have got my IC goal tracker set up. I'm tracking 6 different goals, all the way from, well, we'll get into all that. But let us begin where we usually begin. But first, I want to point out I made it in, started this at 9:09 when the cutoff is 9:10 to make sure I keep myself accountable. The reason I'm like an hour and a half or so later than normal is because although I got up wicked early, I got up at 3:30, um, got to the gym at 5:02 as planned. Let's show you that one. Oh, there's the excuse. There's Danny at the dentist appointment, and I got to mess around with photos while I was doing that. And that was at 7:16. That's why I'm running behind. Here is my picture though from October 30th, 5:02 a.m. Once again, I got to the gym in time, but then I had to run to the dentist, and then I had to get a bunch of all the minutia out of the way, which you can see right here, which I did. It just wasn't as thorough as usual. I ignited the body. I got my workout in, maintain a proactive home and office, which includes getting my daughter to the dentist. I missed the meditation. That's okay. Something had to be cut in order for me to make this video on time, because that is the critical must makes. The 5:02 a.m. workout and the 9:10 video start time. I don't have what videos I'm going to plan, what I'm going to do, but we're going to start with my IC Investigation Meetup, where I check in on all my tasks that I'm working on. And that's when you're working on more than one, we start with separating from the instinctual core. And as you know, the instinctual core is that thing inside of us that is not actually, we've always considered a part of us, something that is helping us survive and giving us these survival instincts to do things. But now with the IC perspective, we're going to consider it as totally separate from us, because we're going to see over and over again how it does not understand this world. And we're going to look at it as a separate intelligence that we're training. It's just like we're training a puppy. It's just the puppy happens to be in our head. And it makes things, for me, it makes life so much more simple. When I'm being shot fear up from the gut, and I feel that fear, and I'm like, wait a second, fear, you don't make any sense. All I got to do is talk on the camera. That's nothing scary. I was thinking about it earlier. It's like the amount of fear that I used to get when I had to step up and on stage in front of 100 people or so was like 98% of the maximum fear that could possibly be shot up my way. So that means if I was being held at gunpoint or being walked to the edge of a cliff to be thrown over the edge of the cliff, that fear would be at 100%. So 98% for getting on up on stage presents pretty much the same amount of fear, adrenaline coursing through my body, as being led to my death. That don't make no sense. Getting up on stage, even if you get laughed at, you can laugh back. It's like there should be no fear involved, nothing in relation to actual death. And that's the kind of things we work on. We kind of like say, that doesn't make any sense. I'm going to accept the fear getting shot up at me, let it pass through, but do it anyway. And the next time it's going to get quieter and quieter and quieter until I can do it without any fear at all. And that's kind of the way it happened so far with me and overcoming the one of the few anxieties I have left was talking on a video camera, and now I feel totally natural. But I digress. We start with separating from the instinctual core, because whenever you're doing more than one, you want to make sure to be part of the IC solution. It's to remember that we're seeing ourselves, we're taking on the IC perspective, where we are separate from that other thing inside our head, that primitive survival brain that is kind of a co-pilot that was supposed to be there to help us stay alive, but it doesn't understand today's world, and it's causing so many toxic emotions and thoughts, leading to toxic actions like addiction. Okay, so the couple things I caught yesterday, because I want to like flip one monotonous or cumbersome task into an exciting event each day, and that's how I'm kind of, it's my metric for separating from my instinctual core. And one of the things that I flip, although it is actually one of my goals. It's like I was having fun doing these videos. I'm not supposed to be having fun. I'm supposed to be scared shitless, but that's already going away. Another thing that was actually not part of one of my goals is what did I do yesterday? Um, oh, I went to I sublease from an office, and I went. They were having a luncheon, a gathering, and they invited me because I'm so damn wonderful. They invited me. I went up there, and I just laughed and joked. And for me, the I've told you over and over again, social anxiety was one of the leading factors in me having to drink. And I just went up there and felt totally natural. Although it's a whole bunch of people, about 20 of them, three, four, five, which I'm good friends with. The other 15, but I could just walk in and feel totally natural, and it's fantastic. Um, so that was that. Overcome anxiety. So I'm going to give myself a radar quick catch for that. Overcoming anxiety, and I do the radar quick catches during the day, and the roar quick catches. Starting something new. I'm a little behind today, but that's okay. I had to get caught up, but I'm getting in the zone. Overcoming unhealthy nutrition. This is coming along well, and I'm going to go ahead and show you my tracking of the ideal nutrition right here. Oh wait, before that, let's get back. Let's jump back here. Right, IC Gold Tracker. I want to show you overcoming anxiety. As I said, I was having fun doing videos yesterday. And check this out, where I'm tracking my videos. Yesterday, I got a total of 92 minutes in, breaking my previous world record by 20 minutes and above what I even thought I could do in a day. I got a great IC meeting in. I did a long, extensive radar roar towards alcoholism, which was a big one I've been working towards to feel comfortable to do that. And that one's going to be going in the IC University as kind of our lead example about how to take addiction and break it down into so many different parts. For me, it was basically the IC was sending fear and anger and stress on so many different layers, and none of it made sense. None of them were actual real threats to my survival. And I've worked over time, really quickly. When I figured this all out, I worked through all of them and started to feel real comfortable within a few months. And the main one being social anxiety, pretty much instantaneously. So this can work really fast for some people, but other people it's going to work through repetition, and other people won't work at all. Nothing works for everybody. But I'm sure if it's going to work for a lot of people, especially those that might be in the AA 12-step programs and are just having, not that whether they believe in a God or not, or just having trouble making that connection. This is another outlet where instead of you having to place yourself at the bottom and make a connection to the higher power because you've basically thrown in the keys and you can't handle your life anymore, this is where you say, I'm going to be able to start handling my life and stop letting that thing inside me run my life instead. So, yeah, totally different perspective. And maybe I'll make a video about that today, but who knows? Jumping back, I did great with that. Ideal nutrition, still kicking butt here. As you know, this little downfall here, I wasn't even weighing myself during this couple day slip here. I kind of started off real hot, went from 186 to zero point 0.6 in just a little while, got down to 180.4. Then I think that these two were kind of a low weigh in, and this was kind of a high weigh in, but I'm pretty much back. And I know by next week I will be in the 170s. And I'm thinking about doing a smoothie November because yeah, every pound I take off is just so much relief on my knees when I'm running. And I love running, which doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but I do. Okay, so and I finally got my muscle ups rolling. I attempted 6. I was at a gym this morning, One Life, and I've only seen this twice in my life. There was this one guy there just doing muscle ups as if they were easy things. He was probably 30-year-old, really fit dude, and it just seemed so natural. I'm a long ways from that, but I know I can get there. Once, get rid of this baby. Once I'm doing 10, 15 pounds less, because, I can get 26 pull-ups. And it just really kind of, this little piece, But I got into it once in the last year where I basically did one, and I have a video to prove it, but I'm going to get to repetitive ones. That's neither here nor there. Sorry. Because I did not sleep and I did not get focused about what I'm talking about before I came in. I don't know what I'm talking about, but running through starting something new, doing good with that. Yeah, unhealthy nutrition. Yeah, we did this exercise program. Cool. I'm gonna give myself a radar quick catch because at 4:45, I was still in bed, even though I woke up at 3:30. I was still in bed. I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember. I've got to get there by 5:02. And I did. Okay, now this overcomes self-pity. I don't have self-pity. I don't pity myself. I used to. But I just put this here because I'm running some tests. You see how this little glitch here, days with IC progress, current streak with IC progress, longest streak with IC progress, should all be the same because I've had IC progress every day. So I wanted to just set up a new one and you see how they match up. So I think our little glitch is fixed. It just doesn't go back to fix older ones. But we'll work with my trusty programmer to make sure of that today. And that one will be deleted. That's not what I'm working on. And of course, overcome alcohol addiction, which it's pretty much gone from my world. 99% gone. I'm never going to put 100 because we always got to keep track. Could be if I went to a party and jugged a bottle of vodka, I'd be right back where I was. So always on the back burner. All right, that's about it. I think I hit all the important topics. I've done now a full radar on every one of these. Radar and in some cases a radar roar combo on every one of these, and I made separate videos. Those are all posted online so you can see different samples. And that's all I got. All right. Peace out. Peace in the Middle East, which is kind of happening. Or did Netanyahu start bombing something again yesterday? I don't know. Uh, Maybe it shouldn't be my catchphrase. Peace out.